Hi guys, Mike here from Greybox. Going to be showing you a little bit of Grey Goo today, the upcoming RTS by Greybox and Petroglyph Games. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Goo faction, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, to start we have our Mother Goo here. First things first, put her on top of some resources, let her start gathering some things up. We're going to use our anti-infantry unit here, the Drover, in order to go and scout the enemy and see if we can't figure out a strategy based off of what they're doing. Alright, take a look at the UI here. We have our light units, our heavy units, and our tech upgrades. These are all the things that we can use to dynamically change our gameplay and make sure that we can strategize the best as possible against our enemy. Okay, our Mother Goo is slowly gaining resources here on that resource point, which you can see is indicated by that white icon. Okay, looks like we're up against a human player here. That was their anti-infantry unit. And our Mother is almost capped out on her first blip of resources. Okay, coming up on the human base now. It's getting a factory up, but not too much to strategize against yet. So we're going to stick the Drover in some brush over here, scout the enemy again in just a minute. Okay, one of the faction benefits that we have with the Goo is that they can move and gather resources at the same time under the right conditions. So, since the enemy is using that empty infantry unit to come and scout us, we're going to go ahead and move that Mother so we can get prevention from scouting. Okay, looks like something else is going on here. Let's see what we got. An air attachment. Okay, that typically indicates that the enemy is going to be going for some air units, and we're going to build to counter that. First things first, we have our small Protean, which we use to develop our small units, which we have our Drover, our Strider, our Radiant, and our Tempest. One of the great benefits of the small Protean is that they can traverse different types of heights. So we're just going to go right over this mountain here with that and move over to the brush where our Drover is. You see it going there. Okay, our Mother Goo's almost back and ready to create some more small Proteans so we can do our units. And here we go. As soon as that hits 700. There we are. Alright, we'll send that over as well. Okay, let's take a look over here now, see what's going on. Mother's gaining resources still. We'll probably move her in just a little bit. Okay, we're going to make our basic anti-armor unit here, the Strider. Great attack unit, will attack, and very versatile and effective against humans. Okay, we've got our Drover, 2 Striders, and a small Protean moving in. And we'll create some more Striders. We have a nice little attack force going here. We'll see if we can't harass the enemy in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and move the Mother Goo. It's best not to stay in one place for too long. Keep the enemy on their toes. Well, it looks like he's coming to attack me while I'm in the brush here. Now, fortunately, because I'm in that brush, he cannot see the units that are there unless he also enters the brush. And quickly dealt with him. Let's go ahead and see if we can't counterattack the base a little bit. Moving in here towards his factory. He's getting another unit built there. Okay, let's go ahead and push a little further in. Oh, he's got a turret. Let's go ahead and retreat. So our Striders do not stand a chance against those human turrets. So better to save them for a better fight. Okay, our Mother's slowly gathering more and more resources. Once she gets to 3 blips, we can use those sizes of the Mother to create stronger units. I'm going to move this Strider over into this brush here just so I can keep an eye on the resource points, make sure he's not expanding his base that way. Okay, she's just about ready here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and create another Mother Goo. That prevents us from being destroyed or eliminated from the game should that first Mother Goo die. We're going to take her and stick her over here on this other resource point that we can see on the map, again denoted by those white icons. And she's now gaining resources. First Mother's almost ready to create some more units. And we're going to go ahead and just move her. Again, she can gain resources while she's moving. And if we hold down our middle mouse button here by default, we can quickly move around the camera from the map. That's a really nice feature to quickly navigate. Okay, we're going to get some scout units up. The Radiants increase the sight range, and they can go over certain different types of terrain. Take a quick little look at them there. Big old beanstalk eyes. Alright. See if we can't move them over here. Now there's a resource point down here, so let's see if we can't get a little bit of vision over there. Well, it looks like there's that anti-air unit that we're going to need, because he is now starting to produce air to scout us. So we're going to build these Tempest here that they can attack air, take that out, prevent him from seeing what's going on, what we're producing. Okay, I'm going to move this mother away just to change up the battlefield a little bit from what he already is aware is happening. I'm going to move these guys down so they can take care of any type of air units as they come out of the base, try to prevent him from getting over to where our mothers are. Okay, looks like our mother there's just about ready to start getting us some more heavier units out. We're going to use that large Protean there. And we're going to move that down. Just like a small Protean, the large Protean can traverse different types of height and move quickly. You see it moving there. Alright, seeing if we should maybe move this mother. But I think we're going to leave her in place for now and see what we can do with this large Protean. Checking in on our mothers here. We're going to try to get a big army up together here and hide them in the brush so he can't see that they're coming. Another large Protean coming. Move it down here to the brush. And then we'll probably create probably some Destructors here. Destructors are the tank units for the goo. Just like the Striders, they're anti-armor units, but they do pack quite a punch. Let's make some room for them here inside the brush so they can stay obscured. And we're going to go ahead and use some Crescents out of this large Protean, which are artillery units. So since we don't have vision currently on that area, but we do know there's an extractor, we're going to use the attack ground feature and start laying down some artillery fire on top of that resource gain. Oh, looks like he's pushing into the base here, from his base, to attack us inside the brush. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. And looks like he did. It did pay off for him, in fact. So we're going to go ahead and use our Mother Goose Consume ability. See if we can't go ahead and just take out all of those units out there in the brush. Well, it looks like he didn't space them out enough, and our mother was able to make quick work of them. So we ate all those up, and now we're going to go back to sit on top of the resources, try to build up a new force. Okay, he's got some air up there that he's keeping eye on us with. We're going to go ahead and start a tech upgrade here. This tech upgrade that we're doing here specifically prevents the Crescents from being shot down from anti-air fire. Their little blobs that they lob can be shot down, and then it prevents us from doing the damage that we need to do. Okay, small Protean there. We're going to turn into a Strider. And we'll move this one down here, see if we can't take care of that air unit. You can see there he's got some anti-air up. He's shooting down our Crescent's fire. So they are going to be a little useless at this area until we get that tech upgrade completed. We got 2 minutes left on that, so there's not much sense in staying here. We're not going to be doing a lot of damage, so we're probably going to move away, see if we can't hide those units until they become more effective against what he's built. Get another protection force up, see if we can't defend our mother there a little bit better. I think we're gonna let this one go ahead and get up to a little higher blip count so we can go ahead and build some stronger units to reinforce. I'm going to take this mother now, sit it on the other side, because again, it's always a good idea to keep the mothers in motion so that they can't be scouted or found. Okay, right at 1100 here. We're going to create another mother goose, sit her back over here, diversifying our bases here so that we can go ahead and make sure that we stay in the game should he attack with a large force. You can see the mother goo there as a formless goo being able to traverse the terrain. And it looks like he's building a wall. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can attack the ground from the brush. See if we can't do some damage to that wall. Okay, we're going to let our mothers gain in size a little bit, move them around, see if we can't make sure that we're strategically placing them around the map. Hopefully we're getting some good damage in on that wall. The little effect that's showing there through the fog of war lets us know that it's actually hitting. We're going to use this one lonely unit to come in here and scout and see if we can't figure out any type of new strategies about where he's going with his base. Well, he's got turrets up. Oh, looks like he's attacking our mother goo there. So we're going to go ahead and retreat over this terrain where he can't follow. And there's some good resource points right on the other side. And he's coming for our crescents now that have apparently been doing enough damage to his walls to get his attention. Alright, let's see what we can do to escape. Bring these guys up to reinforce. Oh, and when we weren't paying attention, he went ahead and destroyed one of our mother goos. That's why it's important to have multiples. Anti-armor units of the goo doing their job, taking out those armored units of the humans. Since we lost that mother, we're going to go ahead and get another one up right away. Make sure that we keep a base flow going. Go ahead and get a large Protean up. We're going to need some stronger units here to deal with the forces that he's popping out now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and retreat. We were outmatched there. We've got some destructors here. Should do a nice bit of damage to what he's got going on. Going to take these Tempests and move them around to where my mothers are. That way, in case he tries to scout with some air units, we have something to counter them and kind of prevent his vision from being persistent. Making sure my units are hidden by the brush there. It's an important strategy to maintain. Alright, let's go ahead and reinforce these with some more Striders. Now by right-clicking on the mother goo in the UI, the camera will automatically center on top of that mother. And we're getting ready to put a large Protean out here. And we'll move her over to where our forces are gathering. Let's get one more up, move it over here. Again, right-clicking on the UI takes us to that mother. Get some more Striders up. Now we're starting to get a really good mix of units. so we can try to counter whatever he tries to throw at us. Alright, slowly but surely letting that mother gain some resources there. Create a small Protean, bring it over here so we can get some more units out. Now with this large Protean, we're going to create the Bastion. The Bastion basically serve as blocking line of sight from our enemies so they can't attack whatever units are behind it. Big hulking guys, and we'll make sure that they lead the vanguard charge for any type of force that we send out. Prevent the enemies from attacking whatever's behind them. Alright, looks like we're probably going to get one more large Protean out before we make our move. See if we can't move this Mother Goo into a place that gets our forces there a little quicker. Don't want to put too many eggs in one basket. There we go, moving that large Protean up. And we'll move our mother back, since we don't need a unit so close to the enemy base. Let's go ahead and get some crescents going, see if we can't lay down some artillery fire into that brush by attacking the ground. Maybe hurt some of those units. Now again, we're going to move our bastions in first. Let them take the brunt of the fire. Oh, and it looks like he's building some walls to try to block us there. The walls, however, take increased damage while they're under construction, so we'll be able to make some quick work of them. See if we can't get our bastion up there in the brush, get a persistent line of sight on the enemies that are inside. And we were able to make quick work of whatever was in the brush. Now it looks like he has a little bit of an expansion up here for his resource gathering. We're going to go ahead and take that out, deny him those resources. I'm going to go ahead and let the destructors take care of the extractor. Put the crescents on attacking the wall here. See if we can't bust through that. Oh, and it looks like he's got an artillery turret there firing on our bastions. Move those guys back a little bit, prevent them from dying unnecessarily. Pretty soon we'll start construction of our Purger here. Purger is the epic unit of the Goo, has a devastating ground attack. So now we're just going to go ahead and try to keep him busy long enough so that we can get that Purger up. Alright, looks like he's attacking, but we're in that brush there, and we can utilize our crescent fire in order to try to take those out. You see him pushing up there into the brush so we can get line of sight on my destructors. Looks like he was able to take them out, but by spreading out my forces, I was able to prevent them all from being destroyed. I still have a very strong force here. One of the great things I can do is merge Mother Goos into my Purger while it's producing. Doing so will increase the health of the Purger and make it build quicker. I'm going to go ahead and put another Mother Goo in there. You can see that health jump. Now we only have one Mother Goo left by merging all these into the Purger. So we're going to go ahead and save that last one, see if we can't produce some more Mother Goos. It's a bit of a gamble to do this, because if that last mother were to die, the game would end for us. So we want to make sure that she stays on the move, stays safe. See if we can put some damage on this wall, utilizing our bastions to block line of sight. You can see his artillery fire being kind of concentrated. Oh, and it looks like we've learned that there are some enemies inside of this brush. So thank goodness we have those crescents back there. We're going to go ahead and ground attack inside of the brush, utilizing our bastion to strafe back and forth, preventing them from coming out of it. Looks like we might lose a bastion here in the process, but if we can defeat a whole army of his for one unit, it's a great trade. Now let's go ahead and put this next mother into this purger and finish it off. There we go, 5,000 health, detect stealth, the purger ready to go. Looks like we lost that one bastion there, so now he can see the units. He's been attacking them a little bit. But I think our artillery may have done its job in defeating them. Yep, looks like we're the only ones in that brush now. See our crescents doing damage there. Now, but because we did that tech upgrade where they can't be shot down by anti-air, it does have reduced range and reduced damage, so it'll take us a little longer to kill units with it. Well, looks like he's sending air. Luckily we have those anti-air units there in that brush. Can defeat those quickly because the purger is very vulnerable to air. Made quick work of his forces there. Let's go ahead and push down inside of his base there. Make some room for the purger against these walls. Let's get back in that brush and hide while we can. Finish off that bit of the wall. Oh, and he's sending an army from behind to attack our crescents. Need to be very careful not to get boxed in here, but I think our purger is going to be able to make work of some of that army and consume the rest. Now, because the purger is a formless goo, it can traverse over most heights. Oh, and it looks like he got too close and we consumed him. Little tactical mistake on his part, but very, very lucky for us. Let's go ahead and create another mother here, not neglecting our base since our epic is out. And looks like he learned from the previous tactic, so he's making sure to kite the purger now. Get some damage in on those turrets. And we were able to catch up with him with the consuming. Okay, he's got a whole bunch of artillery turrets there and anti-heavy turrets. We're going to go ahead and attack those next, try to destroy his defensive capability. Okay, let's go ahead and get this anti-heavy factory out here. Now I've positioned the purger right in front of his smaller factory, so as he sends units out of it, they'll automatically be consumed by our purger. Now his unit there has a little bit more health than my Strider, but let's see if I can go ahead and attack him. He switched targets, but at least he's off my purger now. Buy me some more time to destroy his base. Well, we got the headquarters destroyed. Let's go ahead and give him a GG, because about this time it should be game over. Once we destroy all different types of factories and refineries and the headquarters, this particular game mode will end. So once we get those refineries down there, it's going to be the end of the game. refineries have a little bit of health, so they're going to take a couple times to attack and kill. Maybe 3 times. And there we go, we have our victory screen. Guys, thanks for watching this gameplay video of Grey Goo and the Goo faction. I've been Mike with Greybox. Make sure to check us out on Twitter and on Facebook. We're also going to be at Gamescom this coming August, so please make sure to tune into that and check out and stay subscribed and like us on Facebook.